All right, hey everybody. It has been a whirlwind of a 24-hour period around here. So we launched Board Game Nexus yesterday afternoon, and by we, I largely mean our development team who's working on the website. Some of you must be like refreshing this thing every single day because you found it, and it started to go viral pretty quickly. And I know I was over here sweating bullets because there's a lot of stuff that we still want to take care of, understanding that we are launching in beta, meaning things are not complete, but they're pretty darn close. So we've gotten a lot of feedback from you guys in the last 24 hours here, and I wanted to just go over a couple of things that are kind of coming in as frequently, like frequently asked questions, but frequent comments we've been getting, and some things that I just want to clarify and also show you as we are, all kind of exploring this together. So with that, I am going to start here on the home page. So when you land at the Nexus, this is what you're going to see. I'll take you through kind of kind of like a brief tour of what you can expect to see here. We'll talk a little bit about the beta. I want to talk about memberships and kind of getting into your account, and then doing some things like filtering your lists and whatnot. So this is our primary page here, and what we'll be doing is kind of posting announcements over here, right here on the front page. This was the first announcement that I posted yesterday because a lot of you were finding us before we even had access. So just a reminder that we are in beta. We are actively around the clock in the process of updating the game list, updating content, making sure that things are working. So we do ask that you excuse any rough edges as we are, kind of the paint's still wet, I guess, so to speak. So we are like so happy that you guys are all here and you're so excited. So you'll see announcements here about that. I'll also post some announcements about things like our crowdfunding rundown that we've been doing. Anthony's been doing those weekly for the last 2 weeks. He will continue to do them going forward. He's really enjoying them. I'm working on getting the list together, and then I kind of pass stuff off to him and let him do this whole webcam bit. But you'll see reviews here, other articles and things. Most likely, it's possible that you're watching this video here on the front page, because I'm probably going to end up pinning that to the front page so people can see what to expect. We will have weekly polls, and actually I should say daily polls. And the idea here is that we'll have a kind of like a loose theme every week. And at the end of the week, we'll be able to compile all of the poll data and stuff, and just kind of share some, just some like findings, and kind of share what people thought and things like that. We have a really cool theme plan for next week. So right now you're seeing what our developers put in the poll. We may throw some up over the next couple of days just to kind of test it out. But if you are logged in as a user, which I am right now, so I have the ability to vote in the poll. And you can tell this was the developers because they're asking how many board games are in your closet. They wouldn't fit in our closet, I'll tell you that much. But I'll say they've taken over the house, right? So I can vote. You are only able to vote once on your account. So if you've already voted, it'll tell you already voted. Sorry, you can't vote again. But that's just, hopefully that'll be kind of a fun thing for you guys to do. We do have a featured game spot where right now we just have little sparse Founders of Teotihuacan. Probably won't be featuring an unpublished game here. It'll probably be something, more along the lines of like just something we're excited about, maybe something that, we discovered recently or something like that. Our trending is really based on clicks. So this is stuff that, folks are going to and visiting. It's updating all the time. So this is actually the first time I'm seeing what's trending right at this moment because these keep changing. So I always find that pretty interesting. And our goal here, is really to bring you not just like what's hot, what are people talking about, because we will bring you that, but really to, not like, let's not forget about some of these, older games, games that are in like a lot of people's collections, which is probably what this is representing. So we have a lot of you guys right now going on and adding games to your collection. So I would anticipate seeing a lot of frequently owned games kind of coming up for right now. Down at the bottom of the page here, you'll see our previous poll. So this was, well, would normally be yesterday's poll. So every day when you come back, you can kind of see how everybody voted, which is pretty neat. Again, this is just from development, so that's not accurate. I don't even know. I guess it's a good question. Maybe we should ask you guys. But if we continue down the page here, we'll see our recent games that are that have been added. For the first couple of, I would say like for the first week or so, I'm actually on my PC right now doing a full upload, kind of re-uploading our list of 17,000 plus games that we have, just to fix some of the formatting issues that a lot of you had brought this up. We were already aware. We had some just like kind of encoding issues when you save, files without the proper encoding. Things like ampersands and em dashes can look a little funny. So that was something that we found in testing. I had already taken care of it, but we hadn't had a chance yet to make our big update to the game list. So that is happening as I record this, and hopefully will have been fixed by the time you are watching this video. But that's where you'll see a lot of the recent games come through. I would say over the next week, it's going to be kind of just whatever we're uploading. But as you can see here, we have a lot of coming soon titles because the last update that we did was to update a lot of these crowdfunding projects. So I wouldn't be surprised if you're seeing recent games being added that are crowdfunding projects. They could be things that are coming to retail pretty soon. Also, I would say over the next, however long it takes to flesh out the rest of the database, it may be games that, folks have identified that are missing. But nonetheless, a really cool way, I think, to kind of rediscover some older games, perhaps, and also see what new is coming out. So that's pretty much all we've got for the front page. All right, so something I want to go over with you first is the fact that we are in beta. Like I mentioned, I made a page dedicated to the fact that we are in beta. I was freaking out because I'm one of those people that everything has to be perfect before anybody sees it, which means nobody ever gets to see anything that I do on my own. But we are nonetheless launched, and we are launched knowing that there's going to be rough edges. There's going to be things that are maybe broken a little bit or not quite right, and that is okay. So here you will land on the Welcome to the Beta page, which really just talks about issues and feedback, things you might see. These are things that we anticipate you're going to run into. We anticipate that links might be broken. I've developed a lot of content for the site before we had links to put in. So there may be things where it's like click here and there's nothing there. So those are the kinds of things that if you want to report, you can. If you want to kind of just let them slide, that's okay too. We definitely want to know about any issues you're having with your accounts, the inability to add a game to your favorites list or something you're clicking on something and it's not working. We definitely need to know about that. So if you want to provide feedback, if you want to go ahead and give us that, that would be excellent. We have a form here, which I'll show you in just a second, to provide feedback to us. Feature requests and general feedback. Obviously you start using the site and then you get a lot of ideas about what you want to see and what you want to be able to do. And all of that is fantastic. We've been doing a lot of that over the last year. So we've had to make a lot of really difficult decisions about what we want to prioritize and what we're going to kind of save for phase 2. And we've got a nice long list of things that we definitely want for the next 2 or 3 phases of this website, because again, this is it's a little baby right now and it's only going to get better. So I'm pretty happy with where we're starting. I've given you some information on getting started. We're going to go over account upgrades and things like that pretty soon, but you'll see more of this as time goes by and I have time to put it together. that are just like screenshots of how to do certain things. In the meantime, hopefully these videos help you. This beta feedback form is just going to take you here. And essentially, again, all we're looking for are technical issues, account issues, and then if you have game detail issues, I'll go over the game revision request in a minute. So just tell me what kind of issue you're having, whether it's a technical thing or an account thing. If you can report where you're seeing the issue, that's really helpful. And then in your description, you know, if it's, especially if it's, I would say if it's technical or an account issue, because a lot of the account issues are also technical. If you can provide like the browser that you're using or any other details about how to replicate that, that will help us tremendously. If you see issues with games, which there may be many, especially because our list isn't perfect, we ask that you submit a game revision request. And all that's going to do is shoot us over information about the specific game that you're having an issue with, and it allows us to just go in and update that. Another form that I've been seeing people are using quite a bit, I'm going to redo this menu, I think, because it's a little bit misleading. We have a game submission form. This is for games that are published that need to be added to the site. This is not where I want publishers and designers and things to go with your game submissions, because I have a more involved, well, I would say like involved, but a more streamlined form for publishers to use. Of course, if you use this, I'll still get it, but I'll probably have a lot more questions for you. But you can use this if you notice that like you're going through your collection, you're trying to add games and something's missing. Then that's definitely something we want to know about, and this is the form that you can use to help us out there. I will say the game name, like designer, artist, all of that, these are all fields that, you know, please be careful. Just try to do it as accurately as possible. Just makes it easier. I don't know that this is, a game name is the only one that's required, but if you have, you know, other information, certainly, you know, that can help us too. Let me take you through, yeah, we should probably get to crowdfunding too. All right, let me take you through account really quick. Now, I am already signed in here, but you would just go to sign in under the My Account page. It would say join now or something. And what you'll do is actually just put in your email address, put in your desired username, and what's going to happen is you're going to get an email. You get automatic access, and then you're going to get an email to reset your password. So when you want to come back, log back in, you'll have to use that new password that you created to do that. And then you'll end up with an account that looks very similar to mine. So this is my account here that I've been kind of playing around with. What's funny is we've been spending so much time getting the website ready that we haven't even had a chance to upload like our game list. So I'm in the process of doing that. I'm hoping actually over the next week or so that we can all kind of do that together. But I did import a few. I just went downstairs really quickly. This might have taken me like a minute, and just found, you know, just kind of started going through the shelf and adding games. So I've added 13 games to my owned list, but I wanted to do that to kind of give you an idea of some things you can do. Now, again, keep in mind, this is a free account, so I am using my own account. I will upgrade it during this video so that you can see what that process looks like. But everything I want to show you, I want to show that you can do with the free account. And I'll go over the membership kind of tiers and things in a moment. So something that you can do here, in addition to adding games to your favorites, is actually copying them to one of your other lists. So if I wanted to, let's say we're having a game night, we want to play Anachrony, I'm going to go ahead and just copy that over to game night. And it hasn't removed it from my collection, but it's copied it over to my game night list. So when we go over there, we'll actually see that. Maybe we also want to, maybe it's going to be, well, maybe we'll do Dragon Keepers, maybe while the kids are still awake, right? So I'll move that to my game night as well. Something you may want to do when you get in here, and I know this was a question that we got from a lot of folks who are like uploading their game list, is can I upload the number of times that my game was already played? Unfortunately, we can't. We try to find a way with our devs to make that happen. But what you may want to do is like as you're going in saying add to favorites, just copy it over to your played list, and that'll at least log one play so that you can for our algorithms and things like that, you can see that you've actually played it. Um, let's see. So, what else do I want to show you here? Obviously, the trash can, delete it from the list. Pretty simple. You can copy this over to your trade list as well. I don't know why you'd want to put it on your want list. I guess that's kind of silly. But if we go over, let's see, to like our game night list now. So now you can see we have our two games here that we already own, but they're also on the game night list. Now, let's say if you go to my want list, I do have a game in here of Yokohama Duel, right? Don't own this. True story. I would love to own this game. But I could copy this over to my game night because maybe I have a friend that's bringing it over and we are playing it this game night. And it's something that I want to keep track of. So now, something I do want to go over with you guys, and this has come up, this is partially my fault. It's actually probably 100% my fault, because on the membership page I was very misleading about this, and I don't know why I put that. But you can sort your game lists without being a premium member. So this is something we made available to everybody. It's just a little bit wonky the way that you do it right now. So if I go to my owned games, you can do it one of two ways. Like if I'm in my account, it's probably the quickest way to do it, is just to click view filterable list. And what this is going to do is take you back out to our main game catalog. And you'll see here, we're back out in our main game catalog. And here we have in my list. So you'll see that owned is automatically checked because we clicked that link to bring us out here. So what it's done essentially is just filtered our main collection down to games that are in your list. And you can organize this by whatever you want. I would probably think your owned list is going to be the one that you're going to be filtering the most. But that is that's the way that it's done here. By default, these are going to be organized alphabetically. I think somebody made a comment about that, about it like not being alphabetical, but it absolutely is. So if you come out here anyway, you'll see that everything's in alphabetical order. So you can go ahead and do that. And now what where I think this is kind of cool is like, let's say we are having a game night, and let's say we've got like a group of 5, which is a little bit bigger than what we might normally have. I can actually go here to max player count and click on 5. And now what it's going to do is filter my list of games down by this additional variable. So we'll have games that include a max of 5, I could do 6 or whatever. But now I know, I'm like, okay, of the games that I own, of all 13 of those games, we can play Crystal Palace, we can play Parks. So maybe that helps us decide. Now, one thing that our developers are aware of, and it's something that they've been working on since we were testing, is that when you do that, this player max count that I was filtering by disappears. Which is not optimal, because if I wanted to go back out and say, okay, well, show me all the games that play with 4, up to 4 or up to 6 or something like that, that's not going to be possible. So they're working on that, as well as like a reset on this filter. Also, the breadcrumbs, you would expect to be able to go back to all games, and that's not working at this moment. But this is a lot more complex than it looks on the outside. So they're getting that, but at least I wanted to kind of show you what the idea is here and how we see that working. All right, so if I go back out to we'll just go to all games again, and I can I'll come back down to my owned list. Let's say there's a couple of different ways that we can sort. You know, our wish list. Of course, we want to be able to sort by anything that we can filter by. In reality, it's not as easy as that to code that and make it happen, but it is something that we have on deck for the next iteration. But we can sort by these features here. So maybe like the latest added, you can sort by your average rating. We can eventually we'll be able to sort by box color, so that'll be kind of nice. Because again, our idea was maybe you want to have like the rainbow collection like we do downstairs. And that's something that you'll be able to do in the future. But as of right now, again, beta, we had to really bring things down to what is most important to get this thing foundationally stable. And a lot of that is kind of behind the scenes you don't see. So, it's unfortunate because we're really, really proud of a lot of that. But, but I think a lot of the functionality is there that we were hoping for. Okay, let's see. What else do we have? So I do want to let's go over membership really quickly. So if we come up here and we go to our membership page, you'll see that we have a couple of tiers. So I like putting the visitor because not everybody, the thing is to use the site, maybe you're using the site because you want collection management. Maybe you're using the site because you want to leave reviews, but maybe you're just visiting, you're using the site because you want some information about a game. So I think it's important to include the visitor tier, if you will, here for folks that are kind of just browsing around. Registered users is going to be anybody who signs up for an account, like I'm signed up right now. You can create your game lists. You can view statistics, which I didn't show you because it's not quite set up yet, and vote in polls, things like that. You can also view the game counts and what the community has in their collection, that kind of thing. As a premium member, we did institute a cost, and if you've watched any of our videos leading up to the Nexus launch, this makes a lot of sense to you. And why we instituted this. This is not intended to be a space where we're doing a lot of just kind of Wild West freeform discussion about all kinds of things. So we did want to find a way that would be manageable for us to kind of moderate discussion that was happening and keep it tightly centralized around each individual game or each individual blog post. And the best way that we could think to do that was to have a fee associated with doing anything that's written, basically. So some of the issues that we've seen around the web in the not just board gaming space, but I think a lot of spaces is spamming, upvoting games or upvoting products, rating things, just creating new account, and just voting. So in this way, not only do you have to set up a new email address for the new account, but you also are kind of tied to this annual fee, which keeps people honest in our experience across many industries. So aside from that, it helps us keep the lights on. We funded this project completely by ourselves, with no crowdfunding or anything like that. So it does help to manage those. Even though this is an annual fee, we have monthly recurring costs that are associated with running the website. So we will likely talk about that again in the future at some point. But I've talked about that all here too, so I know not everybody likes to read. But this really helps us hold folks personally and also privately accountable for behavior that's inconsistent with what we want to see on the Nexus. So if you come down here, you'll see our kind of feature overview. And I wanted to talk about this too because I know we've already had a couple of people ask, well, why is this paywalled? Why is that paywalled? And I'll explain kind of our thought process behind a lot of this. So first of all, anybody, even visitors to the site, can like posts and reviews, so not games, but if you see a great article, maybe you can press that like button and give it a thumbs up. You can view poll results, you can view rule books, which is something that we have for many games. Not all games, of course, yet, but those are not, they're not anything you're going to download. It actually takes you right to the source to get those rule books. So if you're out at game night or something, it makes it really, really easy to just go to the games page, get the rule book, and you're set. You're ready to go. Obviously, creating game lists, personalized statistics, voting in the polls, those kinds of things are all linked to a user. So we need to have a user name and an email address. We ask for your legal name. We don't technically know if it's your legal name or not. So it's not something that, again, it kind of goes to this accountability thing I'll talk about in a minute. But anybody can create an account with any email address, create any username, and do any of these kinds of things. Now, when we get to things that that require writing, that things like posting reviews on games, we've made it very difficult for anyone to like troll, if you will, or kind of be nasty, because we don't have a forum. We don't have like an open place where people can just start discussions about anything. That really was not the intent of this website. But we did want people to be able to give feedback on games and ask questions and things of that nature. But because it's free text, fields and things like that, we did want to have a little bit more accountability. So we have the charge, but also what that does is it collects information about you as an individual so that we can say, hey, you're not just, Bob with a made up last name or no last name who registered for the site, but we can actually, address you as the person that you are behind whatever it is that you're saying online. So that's, part of that accountability thing. So posting reviews, rating games, again, that just goes back to, each user only being able to rate a game once. And I can show you what that looks like after I upgrade my account here. And asking and answering questions on the game pages was something that we wanted to include on just as like for all users of the site, but our developers were not able to split out asking and answering questions from leaving comments and things of that nature. So we were kind of tied to leaving it as a premium thing unless we wanted to get rid of it all the way. And we definitely didn't want to get rid of it all the way. So this is something, again, that, for now, it's a premium thing. Maybe in the future we'll be able to make it, accessible to registered users. We've been talking a little bit about making certain tiers for like designers and publishers so that they can ask and answer questions. So more to come on that. But for now, just for launch purposes and kind of to get us rolling here, that's going to be exclusively for premium members. Uploading videos to, photos to reviews, same idea, premium members only. Again, it goes back to accountability. We don't want a bunch of weird pictures like being uploaded by people that don't have, basically anonymity on the site. Limited ads we put here. We're going to put ad free. I know a lot of people advertise like it's ad free. I don't believe that's ethically something that you can claim when you have a website that is, really dedicated to like showing you what's new and showing you things that you might want to buy. Like to an extent, I feel like, as much as it sounds like it's not something you want to like claim, we are kind of advertising things. So even if it's not a banner in front of your face, if we're doing a video on a new game that's coming out, we're excited about it, or if for that purpose, if other people are commenting on a game that they really like, it's advertising in a way. So I put limited ads. I think that that's a more fair, transparent way to say you may still see stuff and you may want to still see stuff that you, that might impact your interest in making a purchasing decision. And so I left it limited as opposed to ad-free. Access to our Discord channel. I'm gonna be really honest with you guys. I set up a Discord. I don't know the first thing about Discord. I'm terrible at social media. I am just learning how all of this kind of works. But I know that it is a good way for people to engage, especially because we don't have a way to do it online on the website here. So it's kind of like if you picture the Nexus as your home, the Discord would kind of be like, that's our lounge space, like that's our, you know, bar space, like that's where we're kind of going to like just kick back, have some fun, chat about all kinds of stuff. So if you are a premium member, you'll have access to our Discord channel. And then finally, porting your game list. And by port, really all I mean is like you're gonna upload your game list to us and we're gonna do it for you. I wanted to call it white glove game list service because that's more along the lines of what I feel like it is. Um, but basically what that does is instead of you going through and punching in each one of your games, which by the way does not take that long. Like I said, I was doing it myself and it really is not that big of a deal. We can kind of handhold that process for you. All right, if you forget anything that I said, you can really just click on all of these and it takes you right down to where you can read more about what all of this means in our features guide. Now, a lot of folks have asked, like maybe you don't want to sign up for a premium account, or maybe you do want to sign up for a premium account, but you're just in the spirit of giving and you want to give more. You can donate to us. So we do have a donation product, essentially, and you can say, I want to donate to the Board Game Nexus because I think that's great. You're going to view your cart and you can say $10 or you can say $120 or you can say $1, you know, go buy yourself a cup of coffee or something. And then go ahead and check out. And that's how you can do that. So we do appreciate those as well. Okay, so I'm going to now upgrade my account. But actually, before I do that, maybe I should show you. I'll show you a game. Let's see. We'll go back to my games. And let's say I'm going through here and I'm like, man, I love Rococo. And this new edition is the best, because it is. But I want to tell everybody what a great game this is. Unfortunately, I need a premium account to post comments, so I can't make any discussion on this. That's where we would do our reviews. I can't ask any questions about it if I had questions, so I will go ahead and upgrade my account now. You've convinced me. That's what I need to do. So go to my account here, and essentially all I'm going to do is go to my account details. And here there's a couple of things that we'll see. Go to my membership and you'll see that I have this free account. If I go ahead and upgrade, it's going to take me right to the premium subscription, which is what I want. I'm going to say sign up now. And again, I'm going to go down to my cart. And I've got this, whoops, I only want one. Don't buy more than one. And it's going to tell me that it's going to be recurring for a year. First renewal is going to be today of 2023. We do accept Google Pay, and we also have Apple Pay. I don't know. Oh, I guess it's not showing up because I'm on PC. But we can go ahead and proceed to checkout here. And I'm going to go ahead and put in all of my information, as well as my credit card information, which I will do, and then come right back here to my account, just because this is YouTube. So, all right. So, you will see here that I have, I've paid for my upgrade, and now, I clicked on my subscription so you can actually see like what went through and all of that kind of thing. I have my personal information down here, so will not scroll down too far. But you'll see that that's there. So if I go back to account details and now I go to my membership, now I have a premium account, and I also have this free account. Now, I have had some reports from some folks, not everybody, and I don't know if you're experiencing this. I definitely need to know about it because it should not be happening. Some folks have been reporting that they still, after upgrading, cannot do They can't make comments or anything like that. And my guess is because on our end, it looks like you have both a free and a premium account, and the limitations are on the free account. So some folks have needed to cancel this on their own manually. And because as you can see, they're both active. This is not supposed to be happening. So you should, when you get your premium account, this should deactivate and this should be active. So I'm actually curious myself if this, we'll do a little testing here with you now, just to see what we can do. So let's leave this as it is. We'll go back to my accounts. I'll go back to Rococo, that I'm just so excited about. And if we come down here and we want to go to discussion, I would say, how do we rate this product? It looks like it's going to let me do it, so that's kind of cool. So I can say this is definitely 5 stars. I love this game so much. And I will start to make a post. Let's see. How would you rate this product? I'd definitely give it a 5. Title, I would say great for newer gamers who want some meat and dresses. All right, tell us what you think, and you know, you can be as verbose as you want to. Our goal here, I mean, if you want to go crazy and give us a really great review, we are looking for some stellar reviews on games, like as we come across them, to post as actual blog articles. So maybe you have a lot to say, maybe you don't. I know, like, about this game, just off the cuff, I would probably say, like, this one has had so many plays at our game nights. It is one of the few we can bring out for non-hobbyists that still scratches the strategy itch for heavy gamers, right? So that's what I'm going to say about it. If I had a photo to attach, I could attach a photo of us playing this great game, or whatever. I can go ahead and save review. I may want to hit notify me of replies. So like if somebody replies and they're like, I don't know what you're talking about, this game's terrible, I can see that. I can go ahead and save review. Okay, and there it comes. So you'll see it says your contribution's waiting approval. We have to go in and actually approve those comments. So there is a level, degree of moderation here. We have talked about whether or not we want to keep it that way. We may actually just open it up and let people post, and then allow you all as users to go in and flag if, you know, obviously there's something, you know, not great in here. If it looks like it's spam, we can go ahead and flag that. Now, something interesting here, something you can do is, you know, maybe this is one of those things where, like, you get the game, you play it a couple times, you're like, this is the best game ever. And then next year you're like, actually, I think it was more hype. It was really just mediocre. Don't love it, you know, or maybe it's kind of like just average. You can change your rating. I'm not going to do that because I love Rococo. But you can actually do that, which is kind of great. Still only 1 rating per person. So, again, I can't just come back here and give it another 5 stars. I'm going to have to actually update my rating if that's what I want to do. Okay. One note I'll make here on the related games, this is not pulling accurately right now. We know that it's not set up to pull accurately right now. So it will. But if you're here kind of looking at your, oh yeah, I love Rococo, what is all of this? It's because of the way it's pulling, and it hasn't been updated yet. It's not something that we've not gotten to that point yet. So it's all beta stuff. All right. Cool. So actually that did work. I made that, you know, I was mentioning about the inability to actually post before. So maybe that's actually something that we reported today to our devs and they've already fixed. So that's absolutely great. While I'm here in this game, I'm going to say, yes, I have played this. Now, some of you were asking, you know, what if I play the game again? What if I accidentally hit that button? Because I definitely did that during testing a lot. So every time you play it, you can just jump in here and say, I played this again. You know, I played this again. Whoops, I actually only played it twice, not 3 times. You can go to your account and go to your played list. And in this played list, this is where you can add and reduce the number of times that you've played. So I can say, actually, we just played it twice, which is not true because we've played it like a lot of times. And actually, if you wanted to sit here and just say add, you know, we've played it like 15 times, you can go ahead and do that. All right. Cool. I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to go over with you guys today. It's quite a bit. Like I said, the account stuff, you are able to go in and you know, update your profile picture, your avatar, and things like that. But it seems like a lot of you guys are already doing that, and it's pretty self-explanatory. So with that, I'll sign off here, and as we get more questions in, I'll do more of these update videos and just let you know kind of how things work and what to expect. We will be doing like a more formal how-to once everything is you know, uploaded appropriately and looks and is functioning more along the lines of what we would expect. But for now, hopefully this is helpful. And I will be doing another one of these for publishers because we have a whole bunch of tools and things for publishers to use as well. So I want to definitely show you that. We've gotten a lot of questions about how to upload games and things of that nature. So stay tuned for that if you are in that camp.